there at the beginning, though. He was second-guessing himself if it was time to go, but I'm glad he still got it down.
Okay, jumping back into the game again, if you're just joining us, that first turtle and first blood secured and taken by TNC. And, you know, not only do the fact that they have this tons of utility with the Matilda pick, but they also are still able to go ahead and run with the 2 Purifies to help them with, you know, some of the CC that's going to be thrown at them with Onic Philippines' lineup. They're rotating around.
All right, that's a little wonder. Scored. Lord JM misses. The Dennis Welcome finds a missile expert, though. King Kong is going to go down. Zyda gets the kill. And there's nothing on the board for Onic just yet. Ooh. I was going to say, isn't it ridiculous that the team who is facing against the CC of TNC, or of this lineup, doesn't have Purify? Look at Onic. No respect to the CC.
This is what I call athleticism, man. Like, athletic flickers.
Yeah.
Nah, I'd win.
Yeah, that's like pure reaction. I think there's a window of time where you can react to flickering away from the ultimate of the Aurora, similarly to the Barretts, although I think the Barretts would be a little bit harder to pull off.
Spear of Alpha.
Yeah, Spear of Alpha is their biggest problem, though. That's the one, like, if you're stuck in there, you're stuck. You cannot get out of it.
There's a lot of CC that I'm just thinking maybe Onic could have respected a little more. But who am I to say? These are world champions, right? I'm just a dude staring at a screen screaming.
You're just a guy. At this point, though, too. Already early poke. This is what we expect, though, especially with the Sicilian, and it's only going to get worse as the game goes on. But TNC is in a position to go ahead and try to just secure this second turtle. They might be able to just go ahead and grab it by zoning off Onic, and it looks like that's going to happen. But look at this, too. As Zyda secures that, there's a wave cut up top. Kirk might have to get back. There's going to be a quick response.
First time it happened, King Kong stole an orange. Now he was forced to stay on his side of the map. So, yeah, deep cut by Kirk, but TNC can respond to it just as quickly. What's crazy is what gasps me, all right, is the fact that the gold lead ain't that big. How is how is Onic keeping it tight like this?
How many times have we asked this question about Onic? Again, they just get resources somehow from minion waves, those little compounding steals of the jungle creeps, whether it's the lizards or the golems. That's just it.
And they're taking the first turret of the game.
They get that turret just like that, too.
What?
Again, it was all a timing thing there. You know, Kozin does get a Starlium Scythe here. They want to go ahead and trade. They're going to take this tier 1 on the bottom side. But that's the thing. It is a good thing to kind of keep attention to for Onic Philippines. Even though it might look like, yeah, objectively they're losing this or they're losing that turtle, but they're still able to keep things even in terms of economy. And all the while, like we said, Super France is just going to be stacking up, doing his thing on the Sicilian.
Despite the Barretts also showing how much damage it would take, good emblem adjustments by Onic Philippines. They actually are packing Ruptures on Super France and Kelra, so that's mainly really just to answer the Barretts. Other than that, TNC, at some point they're going to have to translate them winning objectives into more objectives. Get turrets down. Right now, the minion waves are, strangely enough, getting manipulated by Onic PH. TNC have only traded the sides, but you'd think at some point they'd be able to get the mid lane if they play their cards right in this third turtle or on the first lord.
Kirk spotted by 2. Zaman Force committed here by Kozin. Primal Rat by Kurt. Blasting away. In comes Super Prince. Pops the ult as well. No one hit by the Frigid Glacier. Brusco backs off. The respect to the firepower of Onic PH. Still, TNC happy with their kill.
Happy with their kill, but they might look for more Brusco. Oh, not going to land the kick he was looking for in that angle. So that's 3 for 3 for Turtles for TNC here.
Wow, a great play right now by TNC. See, okay, one of the questions answered as to why Onic have minimized the gap in the gold is that every time a sequence is about to happen around an objective, King Kong is somewhere else and he's farming, either clearing minion waves or stealing the jungles, as we mentioned. Now, TNC, we got what we asked for earlier, convert a turtle, a win, a fight, into an objective. They got the turret down, the second one in the bottom lane. So now TNC can be poised to, in this next Lord, I want to see them commit a 4-1 split, typically to how Onic do it. Try to get that mid lane tower down, threaten the lower portion of the map, while you just play around the objective, try to bait out abilities, and then that's when Lord JM goes with the late usage of the Detonus Welcome.
This is very Filipino. Approaching the 8-minute mark and there's only 3 kills.
Yep.
It's very Filipino.
Bro, we are so back.
We're so back. You know what? But the thing that stands out here, too, is 2 big items being picked up for Onic Philippines. That was the Sky Piercer last picked up for Kelra, and then the glowing one now for Super Prince. And that's going to help with some of that sustainability because, as I say it, there's the total healing done right now from the lineup for TNC. So, you know, if they take a couple shots from Super Prince, that's going to help, you know, bring that down a little bit. And that's why I'm saying TNC, it's great they have this control in this portion of the game, but hopefully they can continue on, get this Lord, and then transition to actually marching towards Onic Philippines' base.
Look at King Kong escorting a chubby wave up top. I mean, if they knew exactly where Zyda was, maybe he would have committed, but they're taking it slow. They're working on the safe lane here that's closer to the Lord. So Onic might be thinking a contest.
With how TNC right now are formed up in the map. Okay, so they are doing what we said that they should, but what they gave up was actually control around the objective. Now Onic are holding the priority shrubs for this Lord. They're forcing counter to react bottom. Oh! They caught Prince!
Oh, the jump in by TNC, and they're looking to find a vengeance kill onto Lord JM. Not going to happen as TNC collapse onto this Lord at half health now. Yaoi pushing back the rest of Onic Philippines, and that's the Phoenix Army scoring a major objective.
There you go, TNC. Lord JM's been on point. I mean, utilizing the flicker with the Daytona's Welcome to find those key pickoffs.
Feed him more.
Wow, I'm so glad that actually Lord JM got that because that's the opener they needed. Again, Onic PH had the positional advantage. But whether it was Lord JM's call or TNC's call, let's just say it's a TNC call, to commit the flicker Detonus Welcome to cast Super Prince, it showed. Onic PH were so hesitant to even show themselves because even though the Detonus Welcome was gone, one of their biggest deterrents, their biggest tools in the team fight, the Sicilian was taken out.
And you know, at this point they'll go ahead and just try to clear things up, hold things together the best they can, just try to secure these buffs as well, but they're gonna have to deal with the Lord eventually. And so right now TNC playing in their favor, playing in the momentum. They want to go ahead and march down at least the mid lane, get some of these shields popped if they can. Mid lane, adding wind, certainly Eagle used, but they get that turret down, still trying to march in with this Lord. Goal is right now just those shields, honestly, for TNC at this point.
Holy Shields, I'd say, are minor objectives. Again, a confirmed wave clear. And talking about wave clear, look how Kirk just commits the Primal Wrath. We need to get rid of this Lord ASAP.
Called there by Onic PH. This will help them out in the defense. Poke damage not quite there just yet for Onic Philippines.
Holy Shields up top!
So TNC Pro Team will be controlling
They got one.
the tempo. Yeah, that's one.
There's about a minute and a half that they could use it.
They got two.
Oh yeah, they
just one.
They got the bottom one, right?
The bottom one.
Bottom pop.
Yeah, bottom pop.
Okay, well, TNC, this is great for them still because they're continuing to build up on the lead that they have. But I'm just wondering, right, at some point, will this turn in favor of Onic Philippines because if they just buy themselves, some time even into the next Lord or past that, we always know whenever a Sicilian is on a team, I mean, we saw this even back in M6, man, the amount of defenses based around this hero alone, the Sicilian, can win games.
They're taking time bomb.
There's the stacks right there.
So it's at 169, 170 something now.
Yeah.
Again, the double stack hero is currently, you know, biting Onic in the behind.
Yeah, it's going to take a while. Usually the main goal for Sicilians is to reach 210 or 211.
Yeah.
He'll be able to get there maybe at around 13 minutes. It won't take that long. But one of the main conditions also is that Super Prince needs to be on his third item. Once he's locked his third major item in, that's when TNC is going to start feeling, okay, this Sicilian is a problem. But up until that point, TNC will be in control comfortably as long as they don't mess something up.
And this is why still the amount of utility that TNC's lineup gives them is such an advantage. And it's funny because I was thinking when the game started, you know, for Lord JM that he would rely heavily on Guiding Wind to set things up, but he hasn't really needed it. He's just flickered a lot of them. So the fight for this Lord is going to break out. I'm wondering, will Onic Philippines be able to contest this?
Ain't no dance here as TNC is fully committed. In comes another Detonus Welcome with a flicker. Cancelled though, Lord JM still standing, but just barely. Zaman Force sent in by Kozen. Lancey very low. Kirk taken down by Zaida in the back line. And this does delay the Lord take, but they do bite one. The way the dragon by Brusco. Kick in, Lord JM in, but not going to end the job. Zaida survives. No one taken by Onic. Clean for TNC.
We talked about pressure onto Lord JM, Yawi, and Zaida to make the core of this lineup work. Screw pressure. They are making this work. Lord JM's decision-making to enter. Yawi being able to time the guiding winds to supplement the shields. He saved Zaida in that scenario, and Zaida is still deathless at 3-0-1.
I can't believe, even with a Sea Halberd, a glowing wand over here from Onic Philippines, the sustainability, the healing was just too much for TNC to go ahead and just win those fights. We're going to take a look at the replay here in just a second as they get ready to march in. And this fight was great. Even that Zaman Force enough to help zone out a little bit. There's the kick from Brusco. And then a look at that. Again, utilizing the utility and heals that TNC has with this lineup.
Yeah, the raw sustain right now of the Barretts and Matilda together are holding down the front line of TNC Pro Team. And at the same time, Lancey has been on point with his follow-ups, dishing the crowd control that he needs to dish. What we talked about earlier in terms of Brusco's entries getting just checked by the Aurora, that's been happening. And it's not just actually Brusco's entries, it's Onic, it's their entire entry that's getting dealt with.
It's not giving, is what the kids would say.
Yeah, it's not giving.
Feigned circling eagle there by Yawi, forcing response from Onic. Tier 3 taken down in mid. King Kong and the rest of Onic just scrambling to protect what's left of their base. The Lord left standing. The rest of the waves, though, taken care of. Onic lives another day.
Another update for Prince Watch. He just built up the Magic Lantern. Still going to be lacking in the damage department. They really need him on that third core item, and then that's when TNC is going to start feeling the pain. But will we even get there is the main question right now. Super Prince does have the most damage dealt, but once that number reaches like around 40K, that's when things have gone wrong for TNC.
Yeah. Oh, Lancey.
Oh, what?
Oh, drops in a Frigid Glacier. Kozen also commits his old Zaman Force underneath the tier 3, but Onic ain't having any of it. Concealed play coming in, Brusco and Kirk. Frontliners for Onic, looking for some prey. Lets them go. TNC plays a conservative game, pressuring Onic elsewhere.
That was really spicy, man. You know, from Lancey to go ahead and flicker forward for that. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to catch anyone from Onic Philippines the way that he wanted to. But that is showcasing how confident TNC is feeling right now. You know, 6,000 gold ahead at this point. Mind you, when was the last time we saw Onic Philippines without any kills up to this point in their previous winning games or even matches in general?
I can't remember. Yeah. Even if this is a very Filipino game, I can't remember the last time Onic was up against the ropes like this.
If they egg Onic, that's a statement. We said TNC winning a game is already going to be a statement. Yeah. If they take a game from Onic, wherein Onic got no kills at all, no major objectives, no Lord, no Turtles, that's more than a statement. That's proof that you're ready for this season.
I would say they have finally served a dish. They've been cooking for a while, right?
Yeah.
If that happens here, again, it's not a series over just yet, but it would be great to get to a game number 3 in that sense for TNC.
If they end Onic here after this Lord, it would be a spicy meatball. Lord down to 3/5 of its health. Brusco playing with range. King Kong and Kirk in the wings with Super Prince trying to get some stacks. Amazing wave management by TNC. They're denying these stacks from Super Prince, which makes this dance all the more interesting. Brusco finds one, kicks Lord JM. They're gonna blast the dinosaur. He adds the Frigid Glacier. The Spear of Alpha taking down Brusco. He goes one man down from Onic. TNC happy with that skirmish. They do send Lord JM back home.
Great Glacier there. Setting up, and again, it's been Brusco, and he's feeling that struggle on the throne now against this kind of lineup. That was a Divine Glaive also picked up now for Super Prince.
Third item.
It.
They gotta wait for this though still, but this should be a Lord for TNC.
Yeah, with Romer gone, it's gonna be tough for them to contest, but the defense right now actually should be great for Onic Philippines. TNC will get this without a problem. Divine Glaive on Prince. Kelra is fully built as this Granger. If TNC can pull off this siege at that moment, that's it. If Onic defends, that's going to be a shaky time for the Phoenix Army.
All right, it's one thing to counter blessings, but do note this is an enhanced Lord that will be crashing through mid. TNC, I think the play that's coming up next would be a surgical push through each inhibitor left, and then they might go for another. But yeah, the clock is ticking.
Yeah, it definitely is, because right now you can see Onic Philippine is trying to scramble a little bit, you know, trying to cut some of the waves if they can, try to stall them out. But look at this heal, man, from Yawi with the Matilda. And this is why you guys mentioned in the draft, you're surprised Matilda was slept on for a little bit. Yawi, once again, leading the charge as this Lord comes into the mid lane.
Look at the damage on the Super Prince. That was just but a synchro vision from Kozen. Lord JM does not have a flicker, so Onic will take care of that Lord, and the rest of the waves crashing through top and bottom.
They're going to lose their bottom tower, but they've defended this as well as they could. They're able to push back TNC at a crucial moment, and they keep one inhibitor turret standing.
Can they keep it actually here still? It looks like they are. They're doing their own charge up, you know, for Onic Philippines. They know that time is technically still on their side the further they can bring this game, but right now they really haven't had an answer to TNC. And even with that, you know, obviously it does get a little bit harder to get these stacks. He's at 290 now, working on that last item.
Yeah, that's good. One of the problem is Kozen's item build is fantastic. He went Bloodwing second to the last item, then Oracle as his final item, selling the boots. It's a barefoot Harith, but this will be a Harith that will just be packing shields non-stop paired up with a Matilda.
He chonky. Well, there is a Sea Halberd on Kelra, and there is the glowing wand on Cecilion, on Super Prince. But yeah, no, I think Prince needs his Holy Crystal first, and then we can start talking.
Once he gets there, that's 100%. Yeah, TNC has to be so careful here. If this goes the classic TNC fashion of them in control of a game, then they slip right there at the end. That's just heartbreaking, man.
Big sads.
Big sads, yeah.
It will be, but it's almost, if it happens where Onic Philippines is somehow able to turn this game around too, that's actually going to be quite the miracle with how far behind they've been.
Rogue wave in mid, what?
Rogue wave. It's pushing. Nah, it's going to be cleared.
Yeah, so like one tiny minion.
It took down mid-tier 1, so in case Onic somehow, I mean, they've done this before, finds an end angle for mid, that's less of a deterrent.
Minion waves right now being overwhelming for Onic. They have really good wave clear. They have good base defense in terms of damage.
Oh, Prince picks up a Bloodwings. Insurance.
Yeah.
So he got blood. He still has a spot for one last item, I think, because he only had the
Elegant Gem.
The Elegant Gem,
He can sell it,
He'll
pick
sell
up a crystal,
Yeah.
and then Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, he's not going to full build that into COD at this point.
Yeah.
That's going to be a loss.
Yep.
He's going to be fine.
The damage profile on TNC, again, they've gone through that hurdle.
Yeah.
Oh, Yawi picking up the Holy Crystal here, so.
Oh, God.
All right.
Okay.
That's Yawi style right there, man.
Damage
Matilda.
Yeah, damage Matilda, but also to dish out more shielding as well. Good itemization across the board, actually, for TNC, but this Lord, whoever gets this might actually win the game.
That's right. Lord now, reset here softly, fully now, down to, what, a fifth of its, 4/5 of its health. And King Kong and Kirk are blasting it.
Oh, they're going to blast
Rat.
it.
Look at Lord JM, trying to go for Prince and
They're just
Kelra.
going.
The kick by Brusco, they're distracted him. King Kong from underneath, TNC scores 1. Kirk flickers back. Circling Eagle lands, gets popped by Super Prince. They trade 1-for-1.
Oh, from the back.
For mid.
It's a sandwich.
Look at the back line. The spin. The
Oh!
split.
Oh,
no! 3-for-1. Lord James gonna bite it.
What?
And it's a wipe outside, a standing, but just barely. Ladies and gentlemen, Onic have done it again.
How did they do it? How, Renmar?
And it's a maniac for King Kong!
And the Lord too!
They were split up. They committed in helping Lord JM.
Look at the camera. They can't believe they did it.
They can't believe it themselves. Oh, man.
Classic TNC fashion. They had the game, they had the win, and it slipped from their hands, while Onic has pulled magic out of their own hands as well.
Oh, my goodness. It was so close.
The sweep. We could have sworn TNC were going to make gods bleed, but the sweep by Onic Philippines.
Oh, you can even see Onic Philippines themselves as they cheer. Because, you know, I think even then they were like, man, what happened?
The commitment of Kirk and King Kong to just say, dude, let's just get this Lord. They're distracted. Did TNC not read it? They overcommitted in helping Lord JM and punishing.
That moment is the perfect time to play that clip from earlier tonight in the ping test. That's my brother. That's my teammate. That's my brother. That's both of them just going for it.
I was even surprised because I thought they saw Kirk and King Kong there.
And then it's TNC who went for the turn.
Yeah.
And I could have sworn that was a beneficial turn. But
man. And they just blitzed the Lord, and then they got cut off. They got confused in themselves, and then they got sandwiched.
Yeah.
Onic PH sees the map in a different way.
Cozen's wearing that Rise from the Dead jacket from a few seasons back. Onic PH are the ones that rose from the dead in this game.
What was that? A consistent 6K, 7K gold lead for the
Yeah.
majority of 15 minutes. 0 kills on the board. And then a win from nowhere.
Still, props to TNC. Great showing in their first match against a team of the caliber that Onic Philippine
Especially
is.
game 2.
Yes, especially game 2.
I wouldn't be surprised if this TNC squad eventually turns